Yes. Hello, everyone. How's everything? Thank you very much for joining our first extra classes today. And as you know, this is this class is assigned to complete Unit 1 skills. We already finished writing, speaking, and reading skills. And today, inshallah, listening. Okay? So before we start and explaining our objectives today, let me ask you, what did you study yesterday? What did you study yesterday? Any questions?
Reading and vocabulary focus.
Exactly. So our previous lesson was based on reading strategies, especially skimming and scanning. So Khalid, can you remind me, please, what I mean by skimming? How can I skim a passage?
By recognizing in pictures or subtitles or titles in text and read
Yeah.
the first sentence, and if you have time you can read the last sentence, and this takes for 2 minutes mostly.
Thank you. That's right. And the skimming, Akram, what I mean by scanning?
Read carefully to get information.
Exactly. Read carefully and closely until you find the target answers. Right? So what about listening, Yeshvan? How many questions are there and how much time do you need to complete a listening paper? Okay. And what are the question types you may have in this paper? Okay. These are important questions. You will find the answers in our presentation. So here, you should be familiar with the listening objectives. What are the listening objectives? As you see in my slide, there are 4 listening objectives. The examiner wants to judge your skills. The first skill is identify key details from a range of short, longer texts. Key details in a range of, يعني a wide of, a variety of short and longer texts. Here I mean short or longer talks. Number 2, identify the overall message and the key points in a variety of short and longer spoken texts involving some more complex language. And also this is really important, Yeshua. So when you listen, you should be familiar with the content of the talk. What is the message in this talk? Why? What are they talking about? And why? Okay. Next, understand and collate information from a variety of short, longer spoken texts involving some complex language and the more abstract materials. Here, complete again, ya shabab, collate information as we did yesterday in our reading practice. You can bring the similar and the different ideas or data together. You also, this skill is found in your listening paper. The last paper or the last objective, recognize purpose, implied meaning, attitudes, feelings in extended texts. Means you should be able to know why the speaker talking about this, what's his purpose. And also you should infer his attitude or his feelings. Does he or she like this or not, and why? Okay, so this is really important objectives. Then what about the outline of this paper? Your listening paper consists of 5 questions. There are 5 questions, Yeshiva. And you mean 5 tasks. And in each task, you might find a variety of short and longer spoken pieces of language. The texts will increase in terms of demand during the paper, with more complex language later in the test, which means task 1 is easier than task 2, and task 2 easier than task 3, and so on. Right? And the text and the task reflect an increasing level of challenge and will link the theme with themes specified in the subject content. Again, the content of the spoken texts are based on the theme of your book. As you know, you have 3 main themes. Now, the first theme in Unit 1 here based on or covers identity and culture. So, students will be required to identify the overall message. This is really important, ya shabab. And key points, details, and opinions from both straightforward text such as announcement, short conversations, instructions, news, bulletins, and telephone messages. Here's some type of the spoken text. You may have news bulletins or instructions or short conversations or announcements, different registers. And the more complete text such as autobiography or travel writing. Right. The student will also be required to understand and collate information from a variety of short and longer spoken texts involving some complex and the same. Recognize purpose, implied meaning, attitudes, and feeling, as I explained before. So while listening, please be careful to be more familiar with the main purpose of the questions or the speaker. Type in task 1, as I told you, you will be given 5 tasks. Task 1. Task 1 is the easiest task in the test. Here, listen to a series of brief monologues. Brief monologues. What does mean monologue, ya shabab?
One person talking.
Exactly, one person only. So speaking or listening part 1, you will be given a series of not one speaker, no, a group of monologues. Okay? Everyday topics into segments here, around 30 or 50 words only. And what type of questions here? Multiple choice questions. The students are assessed on their ability to identify key details and information from the text. And this is equivalent to 8 marks. This task 1. The task 2, again, in task 2, ya shabab, you will listen to a dialogue, a conversation between two speakers, such as like what? A radio interview may be broken into segments. Okay? And respond to a series of open questions. انتبهوا بقى هنا الquestions مختلف. ما هي multiple choice. لا, open questions. Means you need to write the key ideas here, as you will see in the questions. Also, again, here in this part, you will be assessed on your ability to identify the overall message. So, in listening part 2, ya shabab, you should be ready to understand the overall message of the talk and the key points of the text and their understanding of information. And this question, again, 8 marks. The task 3, or part 3 in the listening paper, the students are asked to listen to a monologue again, such as autobiography. Autobiography, someone talks about himself, broken into segments, يعني in parts. Complete a gap fill exercise. So in this part, ya shabab, you need to fill the gaps while listening. Okay, and this is also important for spelling. You must write spelling correct or accurate spelling. Okay, to understand and collate information. And this task or this part based on your ability to collate information, يعني bring the similar or different data together. Like, what about task 4 or part 4? Again, you are asked to listen to a dialogue again, such as radio interview. يبقى لاحظنا يا شباب part 1 monologue, part 2 dialogue, part 3 monologue, part 4 dialogue again. Okay? And respond to open questions and the collation activities. The questions here, not filling gaps like part 3 now. Open questions, يعني written questions. Assist to their ability, your identity, your ability to identify key details and information to understand and collate information. And this again 8 marks. طب آخر سؤال يا شباب، آخر part في listening paper part 5 or task 5 to listen a monologue again, such as a travel podcast or broken into segments. Complete a series of multiple choice questions and open questions. This part you have 2 types of questions, open questions and multiple choice questions. And in this part, the examiner wants to examine your ability to identify key details, the overall message, and the key points of the text, or to recognize purpose. And this is really important, Ishbab, to recognize purpose, implied meaning, attitudes, and feelings. Okay? Any questions? Type. Generally speaking, Ishbab, you will listen to each part twice. All the questions will be repeated, which means if you don't understand the question from the first time, please wait and answer the second time. Okay, so each task is listened to 2 times or twice, and the time for and before listening, you have 5 minutes to read the questions. And the total duration, you have 45 minutes. 45 minutes for listening. And for your information, listening paper is conducted during reading paper. So reading and listening papers are conducted on the same day, but speaking and writing in different 2 days. Any questions?
Yes, I want to ask about some meanings of words.
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Can you please repeat the meaning of monologue and dialogue?
Okay, thank you, Khalid, for the question. Monologue, yeah, Khalid, one person only talks. Like now, like the teacher talks to his students. The president talks to his audience, مثلا. Okay, يعني one person talks only. This we call it monologue. But dialogue, like what? 2 persons talking together. Like, for example, I ask you, how are you? Where are you from? And you should respond. يا Khalid?
Yes, and one word, collation.
Collation, as I told you, يعني you collect the similar and the different information together. Like summary.
Not
You can
collation, like it is the same
the
as
same.
collate, collation.
Yes.
Okay.
Collate verb, collation noun. The same meaning. You know, the same meaning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. So here, I'll show you some. Let me stop sharing this. And just quickly, to be more familiar with the question types, I'll, yes. This actual listening paper okay. Can you see it? Can you see it, ya shabab?
Yes. Yes, we can.
So listening here, this paper conducted in 2018, yeah, around 5 years ago. Again, so you have 45 minutes to finish the listening paper, and you have 5 parts. And before you listen, you have 5 minutes to read the whole test before the examiner playing the audio files. Here, task 1 or part 1. Let me say it part 1. As I told you, here in this part, just a monologue and the multiple choice questions. Like this, questions from 1 to 4. And direct questions. What is the color of the car? Very, very straight questions. How long did it take to clean the car? As you see. Okay, very easy. This task 1 or part 1. Type part 2, as I told you, conversation, dialogue. Here, look, here task 2 or part 2 in the exam. Part 2, here. You have open questions. Like what? Why is Amy feeling nervous? Give 2 reasons. Clear? Another question. What advice does Harry give to Amy about the interview? Give 2 examples. And here 2 marks again. These type of questions, Shabab, are called open questions. Open questions. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Right. Another one. Also in this part or part 2, again, another question. What achievements does Amy talk about? What does Amy want to study at her chosen university? As you see, each one of the open questions has 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, which means very important. But multiple choice questions, as you see in part 1, just only 1 mark, 1 mark. Yes, Khalid, go ahead. What's your question?
In task 2, the
Yes.
answer should be direct or it maybe have a long answers.
Excellent, Khalid. This is very good question. You should respond to the direct answer. So your answers
Like
here
reading.
should be short. Exactly, short. No need to write long sentences or long answers. No. You should be specific. You should be accurate. Just to give the examiner the accurate answer, the keywords only. You know, for example, here, why does Amy want to study at chosen university? You should give me the 2 reasons direct. For example, to learn English, مثلا, for example, to learn English, to be a doctor, مثلا, like this. So to learn a language or to meet new people, here 2 different reasons why they or she choose this university. مثلا, just a simple answer.
Yes.
Okay. The part 3. Part 3. Again, part 3, as I told you, monologue again. Monologue, 1 person only. But this part, يا شباب, you should fill gaps. عندك فراغات زي كده اهو. Okay? Listen to Annick's talk and complete the gaps in the notes. 1 mark, as you see, 1 mark. This one, 2 marks, 3 marks. Why? Because you have 3 gaps. Means you should write 3 different words in each, in the 3 gaps. 1 word in each gap. And here 2 gaps means 2 marks. And this is the end of part 3 or task 3, monologue. طيب part 4 يا شباب, again open questions. And the part 3 part 4 dialogue. Dialogue, not monologue. يعني 2 people talking together. And here you have open questions or written questions. Like what? According to Dr. Jobs, how many earthquakes are there every day? Just you should read you should define the keywords before you answer, before you listen. Here, how many earthquakes? So here we need, give me the number, the accurate number of the earthquakes. Another question: how many tiny earthquakes are there every day, every year? This question 4 marks. تخيل سؤال واحد عليه 4 درجات. Open question. Here you must, of course, give me accurate answer. Okay? You should write 4 examples here. And as I told you, don't write long answers, no, just specific or short answers. Another question in part 3. Here, as you see, 3 marks. Okay? Give 3 examples. That's it. This is the end of part 4. So again, part 4, dialogue, and you have different types of open questions. كل الأسئلة open questions as you see. كلها written questions. عشان كده يا شباب الفوكابلري مهم جدا، السبيلنج مهم جدا. يبقى الريدنج والليسننج الحل فيهم واحد، معروف الحل ايه؟ strong vocabulary bank. لازم. طيب آخر تاسك في الاختبار task 5 أو نقول part 5. Here in part 5 you have mix. What I mean by mix? يعني multiple choice questions and open questions. Like this here. And part 5 again, monologue. Part 5 monologue. هتسمع monologue تاني، واحد بس اللي بيتكلم. Okay? And here at first multiple choice questions, after that open questions like this one. What colors are the stones in the handle of the dagger? 2 marks. تخيل السؤال ده عليه 2 marks. Okay? يعني زي ما انتم شايفين الاوبن questions عليها درجات عالية جدا. اما المالتيبل choice question just 1 mark. او هنا choose 2 things. لو سؤال زي كده المفروض تختار 2 answers، اجابتين مش بس واحدة. That's why you have 2 marks. Okay يا شباب. This is the end of the listening paper. So far so good. Any questions? يا شباب. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Now, okay. Now let's start. We need to practice. We need to practice. Please refer to your book, page 15. Page 15. Okay? So, Khalid, can you please recap the listening paper, outline how many questions and what type of questions are there? And how many parts are there in the exam?
The listening paper contains 5 tasks.
Yes.
The first one is monologue, and the
Okay.
second is dialogue, and the third is monologue, and the fourth is dialogue, and for the
Last
fifth one is
monologue.
Monologue.
Exactly.
Monologue mostly contain MCQ questions.
Okay.
However, dialogue questions contain open questions.
Yes.
But the difference for this is question or task 4, which contains a mix between open questions and multiple questions. And each task contains 8 marks, and the total time for it is 45 minutes. And before it, you have 5 minutes to read the questions.
Let me clap for you, Khalid. ما شاء الله عليك. Thank you. Excellent briefing. Right. Now it's time to listen. Before you listen, please read the questions. Here, you have some direct questions, MC questions. For each of these questions, choose the correct answer. Okay? And again, before you listen, you must read the questions and define the keywords of each question. What I mean by the keywords, the words that are important to choose the right answer. For example, what color is the boy's hat? What color is the boy's hat? I think you can answer before listening.
It's red.
Why Khalid red? Why red is the right answer?
Because big refers to size and wool refers to the material made, which is completely different for the question.
Exactly. So the key word here, what color? Okay, so the right answer must be color. But wool, as you mentioned, Khalid, wool is material, big is related to size, wrong answers. So the only correct one, red. Yes, perfect, Khalid. That's why, ya shabab, you must read the questions before you listen. Right? Type another one. Another one. When did her mother become a doctor? When did her mother become a doctor?
20 years ago.
Why?
Because here in the question we have did, which is refers to past. So
Okay.
ago, the phrase ago refers to a past thing, which is related to the tense of the question. So, like it is the most, the answer can fit to the question.
Yes, you may be right, ya Khalid. You answered based on the grammar rule, but here, when, he doesn't say how long. If you say how long, means you give me the whole duration. For example, for 15 years. Like, how long have you been studying English, for example? Your answer at only for 8 years, for 10 years, for 2 years, and so on. Because I say when, I say how long. Okay? But my question here, when? So when here, I mean the start time. The start time. The start time here, 20 years ago. Does this make sense? Clear يا شباب?
Yes.
طيب. What about question 3? Can you expect ya answer ya Akram? How far do I run in the morning?
10 kilometers.
Why? Why kilometers is the right?
Because it is about distance.
Exactly. And how did you know? Say how far. That's why, ya shabab, you must read the questions before you listen. Okay, as you see here, 10, 10, 10, but each 10 is completely different from the other. So because of what? Here 10 kilometers, so here for distance, but 10 kilos, this for the weight. 10 o'clock here for the time. Okay?
Yeah.
Type 4, why does the boy like dancing? Can
because
you expect
it
the
gives
answer?
him fit.
Exactly. Why, Akram? Why A is the right answer without listening? Why?
Because it starts with because, and
Yes.
also it is a reasonable reason for dancing, as
Perfect.
if it's
Exactly.
a physical activity.
Exactly. Because the main question here asks about the reason why. Why does he like dancing? Because he keeps him, or it keeps him fit. That's right. Now, the last question, ya Khalid. Where did they go on the roller coaster? In your opinion, what is the right answer here without listening?
At the theme park.
Exactly. Why? Why at the theme park?
Because the questions
Ask about what?
the place where.
The place. Exactly. That's it. Okay, Shabab. So as you see, we answered here. We answered the questions without listening. Why? Based on the keywords in the questions. Please apply this in your listening questions. So just I give you half a minute. What should you do before you listen in each question? Quickly, please. You are going to listen to 4 recordings. First, read the questions on page 11 carefully. Then prepare yourself by talking with about who is speaking, who that person is speaking to, where they might be. Together make a note and any. Okay, skip this part. يلا, ready يا شباب? I give you 1 minute. Read the questions from 1 to 8. From 1 to 8. This is يا شباب part 1 in the listening paper. Monologue. You will listen to a series of monologues, not only one person, no. Different speakers. Okay? So please read the 2 questions for each speaker and define the keywords. Ready to listen?
Yes, ready.
Yes. Khalid, ready? Yes. Yeah, let's listen. Shabab, you will listen twice, as I told you.
National GCSE English as a second language for Oxford International AQA examinations. Copyright 2017, Oxford University Press. Unit 1, Audio 1.1.
I thought our history homework was really hard last night. We had to write an essay and answer 10 tricky questions. Luckily, the English work was quick and easy. We were asked to read 15 pages of the class novel and prepare a talk. The music teacher forgot it was homework night.
Listen again.
International GCSE English as a second language for Oxford International AQA examinations. Copyright 2017, Oxford University Press. Unit 1, Audio 1.1.
I thought our history homework was really hard last night. We had to write an essay and answer 10 tricky questions. Luckily, the English work was quick and easy. We were asked to read 15 pages of the class novel and prepare a talk. The music teacher forgot it was homework night.
What is the right answer, number 1?
10.
How many questions did the history teacher set the class? So the key question here, how many? How many questions?
10.
Khalid, do you agree with Akram?
Yes.
Yes, you are right. Right. And which homework did the girl find it the most difficult?
History.
Okay. Khalid, do you agree?
Yes, because it said that it was tricky.
Exactly. Yes, you are right. So which homework did the girl find the most difficult? Right? So the first one, 10. The second one, history. Perfect, ya shabab. So the second speaker. So this is ya Khalid, as I told, monologue. Look, only one person talks, as you see. Type another one.
Audio 1.2.
I'm sorry, but I can't come into college this morning. I had a bad cough for about a week. That's gone now, thank goodness, but it's left me with a sore throat. If I talk too much, I think I'll lose my voice, and I have a singing exam at the end of the week. Please tell my tutor I'm having the day off, but will be there tomorrow.
Listen again.
Audio 1.2.
I'm sorry, but I can't come into college this morning. I had a bad cough for about a week. That's gone now, thank goodness, but it's left me with a sore throat. If I talk too much, I think I'll lose my voice, and I have a singing exam at the end of the week. Please tell my tutor I'm having the day off, but will be there tomorrow.
Are you done?
Yes.
Khalid, can you answer, please?
Okay. The first one is C, sore throat.
Sore throat, yes. Do you agree, Akram?
Yes.
And question 4,
The end of the week. B.
the end
Mm.
of the week.
The next day. C.
Yes. Yes, because the end of the week, ya Khalid, he has
A test on it. Not
exactly a test, a singing test. But when does the boy hope to back at the college? So he hopes to get back tomorrow. He mentioned tomorrow, the next day. Tomorrow means the next day. So the right answer is C. And listen again to double check, please. Listen again for the last time.
Audio 1.2.
I'm sorry, but I can't come into college this morning. I had a bad cough for about a week. That's gone now, thank goodness, but it's left me with a sore throat. If I talk too much, I think I'll lose my voice, and I have a singing exam at the end of the week. Please tell my tutor I'm having the day off, but will be there tomorrow.
Okay, Khalid? Is it clear now?
When did he say it? When
He
did
doesn't say. He doesn't say, ya Khalid. He doesn't say next day. Synonymous, ya Khalid. Tomorrow means the
I know.
next day.
I didn't hear tomorrow. I didn't hear it.
Again, listen again, ya Khalid. Do you understand the question? When
Yes.
does the boy hope to be back at college? We need to focus on when he wants to get back to the college. Listen.
Audio 1.2.
I'm sorry, but I can't come into college this morning. I had a bad cough for about a week. That's gone now, thank goodness, but it's left me with a sore throat. If I talk too much, I think I'll lose my voice, and I have a singing exam at the end of the week. Please tell my tutor I'm having the day off, but will be there tomorrow.
Okay. I hope to be there tomorrow.
Ah, yes, I heard it last.
So tomorrow means, ya Khalid, the next day. Okay.
Yes.
That's why we need to focus on paraphrasing. We need to focus on understanding the words in different, the same words, the same meaning, but in different words. Okay. You have the same policy, the same skill in reading, as I told you. Right? You should be familiar with the same meaning in different words. Clear now? Any other questions يا شباب؟ طيب يلا نروح لأوديو 3. يلا read the questions quickly before you listen. Listen.
Audio 1.3.
It's my birthday, and I would love to take you all to the cinema. We could go to watch the latest superhero film. I always enjoy the action scenes, though no one else does. I know my friend Bet prefers love stories. She wants us to see Heartbreak. It's supposed to be really romantic, but I think it'll be too sad. I'd love to see the scenery, though, as the film was made in my hometown.
Again, listen again.
Audio 1.3.
It's my birthday, and I would love to take you all to the cinema. We could go to watch the latest superhero film. I always enjoy the action scenes, though no one else does. I know my friend Bet prefers love stories. She wants us to see Heartbreak. It's supposed to be really romantic, but I think it'll be too sad. I'd love to see the scenery, though, as the film was made in my hometown.
طيب Akram, can you answer please?
Yes.
What kind of film does Bit like best?
Romantic.
How did you know?
She wanted to. It was a movie called Breaking In or something like that, and it was romantic but sad.
Love stories, yes. Love stories. طيب this synonymous. طيب what about 6? Question 6.
Action.
Yes, the action. Action films like what? Here, Heartbreak.
No, I think the romantic film was Heartbreak.
Yes, I know. Here, misleading. Misleading. Misleading means what? Like distraction. يعني بيحاول يلخبطك يعني.
Yeah.
Okay. Khalid, do you agree with Akram?
Yes.
Did you choose the same answers?
Yes.
طيب. Question. The last one يا شباب. The last monologue. The last monologue. Please read the questions before you listen.
Audio 1.4.
Marie, please come indoors now. It's been a sunny morning, but it's starting to rain now. You can carry on reading that book inside. You promised you'd help me cook dinner, remember? And I'm going to make a start on that in half an hour. It's okay. You've got time to finish the chapter first.
Listen again.
Audio 1.4.
Marie, please come indoors now. It's been a sunny morning, but it's starting to rain now. You can carry on reading that book inside. You promised you'd help me cook dinner, remember? And I'm going to make a start on that in half an hour. It's okay. You've got time to finish the chapter first.
Khalid, can you answer, please?
Okay. 7 is going to rain.
Okay.
And for 8, it is reading her book.
طيب, do you agree, Akram? You have the same answers?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect, ya Khalid. Excellent. That's right. Shabab, these type of questions, which part in the test? Part 1, part 2, part 3, or 4 or 5? Which part?
Part 1.
Exactly, part 1. So in the first task of your listening paper, you may be given similar questions for the same monologues and the same questions. Clear now? Okay. Any questions in our listening paper before I start the grammar focus?
No.
Right. Okay. So for unit 1, ya shabab, you have here the first grammar focus. Please move to page 12. Okay. So for unit 1, let me stop sharing this. So unit 1, grammar focus. Here you have review, Okay. Unit 1, grammar. Focus. We have 4 verb tenses يا شباب. You already know these verb tenses, but I need just focus on present. Here, simple present, simple present, simple past, and present progressive, and past progressive. Past progressive or past continuous. For each verb tense, you should know the format and the functions of each one. The functions of each one. Okay? Clear يا شباب?
Yeah.
Okay, so this the main grammar focus of Unit 1. You should review the format and the functions of simple present, simple past, and the same for present progressive and past progressive. Okay? Right. Also, you should be aware of this. Speech parts. Speech parts يا شباب. Speech parts of English. We have nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, or linkers. You have determiners, pronouns. Okay? So, any part, any language verb contains of these parts or consists of these parts. Nouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, determiner, pronouns. The main focus of Unit 1 is verbs, only verbs. Okay? Clear يا شباب?
Yeah.
Yes.
طيب. So, please let me stop sharing this. And I need you to answer our first test. Write out all the verbs in these sentences. ركزوا على الverbs. What I mean by verb? What does it mean, verb? What's verbs يا شباب؟
This is an action the subject does.
Yes. So a verb is a doing word, or the word that shows action, or the state of being. But the verb may be state of being أو action. لما أقول I am a teacher, what is the verb يا خالد؟ I am a teacher. فين الفيرب am؟ ممتاز. What type of this verb؟ هل action verb ولا state of being؟
State of being.
Exactly, state of being. Okay? What should you do? I give you 1 minute. Please write out all the verbs in these sentences. يلا, write down in your notebook, please. Write the verb in each sentence. All the verbs.
And its type or kind?
No, no, no. Only just write the word only. Don't write type. Just write the word.
Like find the verb, you mean in the sentence?
No. Number one, ya Khaled, for example. A report cat is available in the shops now. What is the verb? What is the verb?
Is.
Is. That's it. To here, right is. خلاص. Right is.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I will go drink water. Okay.
Sure, quickly, please. Shabab, are you done? Shabab, done?
One minute.
Okay.
I finished.
Right. Right. Number two, ya Khalid, what is the verb? Or you have more than one word?
We have three actually.
Exactly.
First,
What are
have.
they?
Have.
Yes, have.
And per. Or per.
Per. Yes, per.
And meow.
Meow. Yes. Perfect. Type. Per. Yeah. And what about three or question or statement C?
Okay. Care. Not care. Use. Sorry, use.
Perfect. Use. Only use. Type. Akram, please. What about the remaining statements? What are the verbs?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Please consider statement D and E. What are the verbs?
Wanted
Khalid answered
and D.
wanted,
have,
and have. Two verbs. Type.
Yeah.
What about E?
love,
Love,
help,
help. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah.
You are right. Perfect, ya shabab. Now, in our next task, I need you to find the subjects of these verbs. Subject and the verb. I need you to define the subjects of these verbs. Number one is ya Khalid, for example. What is the subject?
A robot.
Yes,
Cat.
exactly, a robot cat. So a robot cat is the subject. Yes, you are right. But before you start, read this, please. Read the hints. Read the hints. This is really important for you. Read the hints, please. Subject, verb,
Okay.
agreement. Read it, please.
Sometimes
Yes.
Sometimes the subject is understood. You have to work out who or what the subject is, as the sentence might not actually give it. For example, the robot helps people, but it's expensive. The robot is understood in the second clause.
Yes, close. That's it.
Sometimes the subject is enough.
Okay. Is a part of a longer group.
Sometimes the subject is a part of a longer group of words that together act as a subject. Try to find the main word that is acting as a subject of each verb. For example,
Yes.
the robot with all its electrical parts is expensive. Subject is the robot.
Exactly. So here is as you see, the subject includes a long list of words. So the report with all its electrical parts. كل ده subject. But what is the main word? The report. Clear? Now, please, I need you to define the subjects of these verbs. You have half a minute, ya shabab. Start, please.
Excuse me, what was the question?
Define the subject of all the verbs. The subject of is a robot cat. Right?
يعني each verb.
Exactly. Yes. What about B? B, you have three verbs. Have, pair, meow. What is the subject of have?
The pets.
The pets. Excellent. What is the subject of pair and meow?
Realistic, fair, and
No. No. The subject, yeah, Akram. The subject. The subject must be a noun or pronoun. A noun like the pets, a noun like they. Right? So the subject here, they, and they refer to the pets. You can say they, or you can say the pair. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Yes, what about the next one? Khalid, what is the subject? Yes, Khalid, go ahead.
Excuse me, doctor. The
Yes.
subject can be after the verb, come after the verb.
No. The subject
So the subject is always.
The subject must be before the verb, ya Khalid.
Okay.
The subject must be before the verb. Always like this. Because if it is after the verb, it becomes an object. Exactly, an object, not subject.
Okay.
Right. C, please. What is the subject of use? The verb
Many
use,
hospitals,
as you mentioned.
Many hospitals and care homes.
Exactly. So many hospitals أو care homes أو الاثنين both. طيب دي يا أكرم. What is the verb? What is the subject here?
You.
You, yes. Wanted you. Type again. Have also you.
You.
Right?
Yeah.
The last one. What is the subject?
People.
People, yes. Who loves their pets? People. And what is the subject of help?
The pets.
The pets. Well done. Okay, Khalid. Clear?
Okay.
Right. Now please answer this. Subject verb agreement يا شباب. Subject verb here now simple present as I told you. Simple present, as I told you in this unit, you should review 4 verb tenses. Simple present and simple past, and the present the progressive and the past progressive. The first one, simple present. In simple present, please, you should identify the format of simple present and the functions of simple present. Right? Any ideas? When we use and how we form present or simple present? Who can answer?
For simple present, we use it. Its function
Yes.
it is when in actions that happens and now, like at this time.
No.
It is something
You mean
present, something there.
yes, true for now. For example, you are a student. I am a doctor. He is my friend. So this is true for now. Okay. Number 2. Also, you can, ya Khalid, use simple present.
Use for fact
Exactly. For facts, for example.
or habitat.
Yes, perfect. The earth is round. The sun rotates the earth, or the earth rotates around the sun. Fact. When you heat water, it boils. Fact. Or to express your habit, what you usually do every day. For example, I go to school by car every day. I have breakfast with my family every day. Here, your habit. Okay, Akram?
Yeah.
Type the format. What about the format? The format, just write the main verb with the first and the second pronouns. But you must write S or ES if you have a third person singular. A third person pronoun, like what? Like he, she, it. Okay? You should write S. Please, spelling hints. Read this, please. Usually just add S after the verb. She runs, he plays. Why write S here? Because singular, she. Type. If the verb ends in O or double S or X or SH or CH, in this case, you must write ES. Like he goes, she catches, as you see. Type. If the verb ends in Y plus Y and before Y, a consonant. In this case, you must write IES. Like fly, flies. Harry, Harry's. IES. Any questions?
Yes.
Type,
Can also be
play?
verb to be, right? Present.
Verb to be.
Can be verb to be?
Yes, of course. Verb to be
Am
irregular.
is are.
Am is are. Yes.
Okay.
Can you please correct? Yeah. Answer this, please. Answer 3 and 4. Write out the sentences. Please write the answers in your notebook. Write the verb in brackets in the simple present. And 4, choose one verb and write it in the right format. You have 2 minutes, ya shabab, to finish. Go ahead. Please let me know once you finish.
I am ready.
Okay. Khalid, ready?
Yes.
طيب يلا يا أكرم answer 3 please.
Human beings need other
No
human beings.
change. Yes, no
Yeah.
change. Okay, perfect.
My little brother loves robots.
Write
Loves.
S or ES?
Huh? Yes or
Right, only S. Okay. C.
See, the old lady wants a pet cat. Yes only.
Perfect. She.
She wishes. Yes.
ES. Perfect. She wishes. Type E.
My granddad is certain that his cats are good. What is that?
Well done. Khalid, you have the same answers?
Yes.
Type. Can you complete 4, please?
Okay, I feed my pets each morning and give them fresh hair. My friend carries
Wait,
her
please.
bag on her.
I feed, right?
Yes.
No change. Type. And
And
give.
give.
Okay. Give. Okay. What about B?
My friend carries IES.
How I write carries?
Remove a Y and add IEC. IES, sorry.
IS. Okay. And when
Yes.
she?
When she cycles, add S.
Cycles. Perfect. يعني writes hereby. طيب C.
See, it is amazing.
Exactly.
Is
It is amazing. But this
what
report,
is place?
yes, only S. Akram, do you have the same answers?
Yeah.
So this is the first tense يا شباب, simple present. As you see, very easy. But what about simple past? Simple past, as you know, here you just write ed or d to the main verb if it is regular, and if it is irregular, as you see, you must memorize them. No rule for this يا شباب, no rule. Okay, so please can you answer 5 and 6? 5 and 6. Let me know if you have any problems. Write the verbs in brackets in the past or the simple past. And exercise 6, you can write simple present or simple past.
I am ready.
Khalid, ready?
Yes.
يلا يا أكرم start please.
The little boy was excited.
Okay.
He smiled when he saw it and held its hand.
Smile just right D and he
Hold it, ED.
hold it. Is he right يا خالد?
No, and held.
Because hold irregular يا أكرم.
Regular, yes.
Irregular verb. Okay. Yes, complete please. Complete يا أكرم.
It rained this morning, so I ran all the way
Rained.
home.
Rained, right?
Yeah.
طيب. So I ran, right?
Ran. Yeah.
Okay. R-A-N. طيب. Next.
The doctor knew.
Yes. Knew. E. Huh. When I
was in Japan, when I were in Japan, I saw a robot.
when I was. Yes, when I was in Japan. بعدين
I saw a robot in Japan.
I saw. Okay, so again we need to erase this and write held, not folded, held. H-E-L. Why? Because this is irregular verb. فعل شاذ. Khalid, you have the same answers?
Yes, but I have a question.
Sure,
Answer the
go ahead.
question.
Yes.
What is the simple progressive and the past progressive? Like, what is the tenses of progressive?
Tense.
Khalid, this is our next point. Okay, here as we call in Arabic المضارع المستمر والماضي المستمر. Okay, here the focus.
You mean
simple.
continuous?
Yes, exactly. Continuous,
Okay.
the same meaning. So present continuous, this British English. Present progressive, this American English, but they have the same meaning. The same past progressive and the past continuous, the same. Right?
Okay.
So our focus now, present, simple present and simple past. Can you complete number 6, please?
When I was a child,
Okay.
my father took. My father took.
Yes. So was took.
Yes.
Okay. T-double-O-K.
My best friend always listened. Or
يا
listen.
خالد.
No, listen. Listen.
محمد.
Yes, listen.
يا خالد, please. You need to write simple present أو simple past. يعني simple.
Yes, yes.
Present أو
So,
simple past. This one
just
simple
listen.
past. So my
Present.
best friend. My best
Listen.
friend الويد. Listen,
It
only
was
listen.
listens. No listens.
أيوة الله يفتح عليك. Listens. Why? Because here singular. So my best
Yes.
friend الويد listens when I have a problem. طيب. Next.
My grandma wanted a mobile phone, so we gave her. Gave.
Exactly. Gave. G-A-V-E. Yes. Wanted, gave. طيب.
Brothers and sisters often support. No change.
Yes. So support one another. Support. No change.
When they are.
When they are in trouble. That's it. When they are in trouble. Yes. Akram, you have the same answers? The same answers, يا شباب?
Yes, but can you go up again?
Which one?
I just want to see the last one. Okay, please.
R. This R, يا Akram. R.
Yeah.
R. Okay. طيب. Now the last, يا شباب, the last grammar points in our lesson today, present continuous and the present progressive. or present progressive and the present continuous. Very easy for you, and I am sure you can manage it quickly. How we use present progressive to express what? As you mentioned, ya Khalid, something happening now. What are you doing now? I am studying. We are studying. We are listening. We are writing. Teacher is talking. Something happening now. And how to use it? Just write verb to be plus ing. Okay? Clear? Like what? I am reading. You are reading. He, she, it is reading. We are reading. They are reading. Okay? But before you start, please read this. Read the spelling hints. Read the spelling hints. And please answer the first 5 questions and complete the remaining parts in your homework. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 only. Here. Can you read this, ya shabab? When we drop E, if the verb ends in E, you must drop it before adding ing, like shine, shining. Or double the last letter if it is in consonant. Double. To double the consonant. For example, shut, shutting. As you see, stop, stopping. Okay? Ya shabab, any questions?
I don't understand the second spelling.
The second, if the verb, ya Khalid, like stop, stop. The verb in consonant, and before the consonant we have vowel. So in this way, double P before adding ing, stopping. Run, for example. Run, run. So here it ends in E consonant. Before E we have vowel. So double N plus ing. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes, can you complete please? Like shop, the same ya Khalid, shop. Shop. The same. So double P plus ing, shopping. Any questions, ya Akram?
No, I don't have any questions.
Type. Can you please complete the first one? My mother to her child. Use the present progressive.
My mother is singing to her child.
Yes, my mother is singing to her child. Type ya Khalid, number 2.
I am
Khalid, are you
walking.
there? I am walking. So I am walking to school today, only for today. يعني يوم مؤقت بالنسبة لي، لكن في الغالب usually I go to by car, for example. طيب, the children for joy as they are so happy. Jump. Akram?
The children are jumping for joy.
Yes, for jumping, for joy. طيب, the last one يا Khalid. We sandwiches while we watch TV eat.
We are eating. We'll double the T.
Double the T. Is he right ya Khalid, ya Akram? Like this or eating like this?
No,
Which
the
one is
second
right?
one.
أيوة. You can't, no need يا Khalid, no need to double T here. Why? Because you have 2 vowels. اتفقنا لازم بس 1 vowel يا Khalid. But if you have 2 vowels, don't double it. Just write 1 T. Eat, eating.
Okay.
فهمني? Because here we have 2 vowels. So we
Yes.
are eating, the second one. This one, no, wrong. طيب. The last question. They football together. They are
Playing.
Yes, they are playing. Okay, Shabab. And the past progressive the same, but we use instead of verb to be, is, are, no, use was or were. Was or were. Okay, and you use past progressive to express what? Something you were doing at certain time in the past. For example, I was sleeping at 1 o'clock last night. Or you were doing something while someone doing another activity. For example, while I was sleeping, my brother was watching TV. While I was reading a book, my mom was preparing the lunch. Yes, Khaled, you have a question.
In playing, why you didn't double the Y as we have here, like consonant, or I don't remember what it's called, and before the vowel, one vowel.
Because Y, ya Khaled, is not a consonant. It's a vowel. Why?
So it depends
Why?
on the sounds, the
Yes,
sound of the word.
exactly. Exactly. Y is not a consonant.
Okay.
It's a vowel sound. Okay. So, any questions before we start past continuous practice?
No.
Type. Can you please complete the first 6 questions and please complete the remaining as a homework? يلا يا شباب quickly please.
Can I start?
Yes, please.
I was walking.
So I was walking.
They were
Okay.
singing.
So they were singing. Okay. Yes, they were singing. طيب,
You are
Akram, can you
taking.
complete? Sorry, Khalid, not R. Akram, complete, please.
Yeah. You were taking.
You were taken. Drop E or not, Akram?
Drop it.
Yes, sure. Type D, we that would visit. Where? Huh?
Hope.
Hoping. Yes. The last 2 questions, ya Khalid.
I was eating.
Yes, I was eating. Again, double T or no need, ya Khalid?
No need, because it is 2 vowels.
Exactly. Type. Leave, the last one.
I am leaving. And drop E.
I am leaving or I was leaving?
Sorry, I was leaving.
I was leaving. Okay, Shabab. So, this is the end of our grammar focus in Unit 1. So, what did you study today? The remaining, as I told you yesterday, the remaining reading task, you should do it as a homework. I know you were busy last night, so please complete it before we meet, inshallah, on Saturday. Please complete the grammar focus questions and reading about Nelson Mandela and complete the questions in page 20. Okay? So what did you study today, Shabab? What did you study today?
Grammar focus and listening focus.
Yes, the listening paper outline and the listening
We learn
for the
about
grammar
the type.
Yes. And the grammar focus based on 4 verb tenses, present, simple present, and simple past, and the present continuous and the past continuous. Okay, so this is the end of Unit 2, Unit 1. Bismillah ta'ala, starting from next week, we should start Unit 2, and please get ready for Unit 1 quiz. I'll give you Unit 1 quiz, inshallah, before, let me say, yes, inshallah, Sunday, you should submit it on Sunday. Okay, I'll assign quiz 1 on Google Classroom, and I'll send you the link. You should answer it and submit it by Sunday, inshallah. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Take care. Have a nice weekend. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Family. Bye-bye.